Hey there, funnel builders. How are you doing? Mike here from Sell Your Service. I feel like I haven't done a live video in ages, even though I actually have been doing quite a few of them. I haven't really been putting them inside the group. If you're watching the live video, say hello in the comments on Facebook, YouTube, wherever. If you're watching the replay, type in Facebook ads. Let me know that you're watching the replay. Usually I would do a video like this and actually turn it into an ad, but because I'm talking about Facebook ads, I'm not allowed to use it as an advert because in their policies they say that you can't make reference to them or saying that you're working with them. So this is going to be kind of like a genuine private video that we're going to put on YouTube and Facebook and in the group and stuff, but I'm not going to pay for it. So if you are watching, hello, I'm going to take you through the tactics that I am going to be using for 2021 in order to build out Facebook advertising. Few disclaimers. I have spent my entire life being wrong about Facebook ads, so if you know a better way of doing things, I am all ears. A lot of this has come from Miles Beckler's course on Facebook ads. I'm doing that classic thing where I'm just teaching you something that I've learned and not done. But no, I've been doing Facebook ads for a long time. Last year, my ad account got shut down, which was awesome. And so we've started up again, and I've changed my tactics slightly. I'm going to show you physically I'm doing in a really specific area for what we call audience engagement, and hopefully I'll try and talk through that. So my goal for 2021 is to just increase our audience. That's it, like increase the number of people who know who we are. And one of the fastest ways of doing that is through Facebook ads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a really short video advert. I'm going to choose a bunch of people to put it out to, and I'm going to measure their engagement and then market to them later on. So let me share my screen here and you'll see some incredibly unimpressive statistics. So these are some of the campaigns that we've got running at the moment. And you can see here, at the moment for this particular advert, we're generating leads at $3.17. And it says here, engaged funnel proposal template conversions, which is basically one specific advert for our funnel proposal template, and it is being pushed towards anyone who is engaged with our videos. So anyone who's watched a certain percentage of our videos, in this case I'm interested in 25%, they then get shown an advert for this proposal template. The idea is that if I put videos in front of people and say, hey, I'm a funnel builder, if you want to learn how to build marketing funnels for customers or sell marketing funnels or whatever, that'll be a pretty good indicator if they watch 25% of that video that they are a funnel builder. My job is to try and drive that cost down as much as possible. So I'm going to physically show you how I'm doing this. You can see I've got a bunch of different ones. Cold means it's going out to people who have never heard of me before. Engaged means it's people who have either watched my videos or interacted with the website or they've already signed up. So I'm going to create a cold campaign. This is the first initial step to setting up your campaigns and your content. Top left here, hit create, and what I'm actually looking for at the moment is video views. So I'm going to pay for video views. I want people to watch these videos. I want them to watch at least 25%. I'm going to name the campaign cold so that I know that it's to a cold audience. And in this particular case, it's actually going to be how to write a funnel proposal. And I'm looking for video views. I used to put the dates in, but I found that I'm not doing that as much anymore. Again, I'm happy to be wrong. So I'm going to call the campaign, the ad set, and the ad the same thing. So the campaign is the objective, which in this case is get video views for at auction. The ad set will be determining who sees it, so that's the audience, and then the ad is the actual creative copy that goes out towards it. I have a slightly different way of doing ads. This here probably won't need to change. That is turned off. Auction, video views, yeah. A/B test, no. Campaign budget optimization, off. Fantastic. So I'm going to come into the ad set here. Remember, the ad set is who it goes towards. Now, what I like to do is do $1 a day for an ad set. So I'm going to take my daily budget here to $1, and I'll scale that out after time because I want to test, first of all, if an advert is approved. And what I'm going to do is scroll down, and I've got a saved audience here called engaged audience excludes email. No, I don't want that. Sorry, I'm looking in the wrong place. That should my excludes, right? So the first part here is who we're going towards. You can save these, but I found it's actually just as fast for me to go in and create them. What I'm specifically looking for at the moment is a few different locations. Again, we used to do these in where are you? Come on. I used to do these like individually per country, but I found that actually I want to target like a specific group of countries, and I haven't seen a huge change. So what I'm going to do, why is this being so slow? Here we go. Save locations, English speaking. There we go. So this is for this particular advert. I'm going to change my age range, and I know that the age range for my content is still pretty broad. Typically, it's 25 to 55 as a rule. That's the one I'm going after. And what I have here is I have two different options. I can either go after interest-based targeting, which is basically saying, look, Mike drinks a lot of coffee. He's probably interested in James Hoffmann or Starbucks or something. And so I would look for something like Starbucks if I had that kind of, there we go, Starbucks, Starburst. Starbucks has 11 million people, so it's pretty big. I wouldn't want to go after that. I'm looking for funnel builders, so I want to look for people like Ryan Deiss. Now, in this particular case, Ryan Deiss has been converting quite well for us as an individual audience to target. And that's all I'll do. I'll select one interest, and I'll make sure that it's in the locations that I want to go for, and then I will exclude people in my audience who are engaged. Here we go. So I actually want to exclude people who are on my list, who are on my email list, who are customers. And again, it looks like it's a really manual process, but I'm just showing this kind of as we go through because I typically clone them. Hello, thanks for doing this. Will we have access to the video after you finish? 100%. It'll stay in the group and it'll also stay on YouTube just as a live video. So you just have to go to the live video browser tab in my channel and it'll just stay there. I don't want them on my email list, and I don't want any customers either. Here we go. Now you can see there that I've got lookalikes. A lookalike is basically where you upload data to Facebook and say, I want you to find people who are similar to this. We've tried targeting lookalikes in the past, and I probably will target lookalikes in this audience. Sometimes they do really well, sometimes they don't. But I want to have a blend of lookalikes of my leads, of my customers, of my email list, of my Facebook followers, of people who have converted, but I also want to just target plain interests. So in this case here, I'm excluding people who have engaged with Facebook. I'm excluding people who have watched a certain number of my videos. I'm excluding customers. I'm excluding people on my email list. I've got leads in there as well. Here we go, leads. And again, it looks like it's a really manual process, but I promise you, once you've done this once, you can just kind of bosh these through. So you can see here per day it estimates 49 to 140 a day. That's fine. That's absolutely fine, because until I find audiences that are really converting well, I'm just going to leave that. And then, so I'm going to be targeting Ryan Deiss. So I'm going to scroll to the top here and in ad set name, put in Ryan Deiss. Now, I'll be honest, I know that eventually I'm going to turn this one off because Ryan Deiss's traffic it converts quite well, but it's quite expensive. 25 to 55, all genders, Ryan Deiss, and then I'm going to leave it. The reason I don't save these audiences is because I've just noticed I just go through them so quickly, and it's just as quick for me to choose one. I'm going to show you a little tool that I use to find the audiences that I go after. It's called Audiencer. But I was saving them and then uploading them, but I was just creating these campaigns so quickly to test them that I don't really save them anymore, so there's not really a lot of point. If you are struggling to find interests, there's two methods of doing it. First of all, inside the actual ads manager itself, the easiest method is going into your audience insights here under analyze and report. And this is a free tool, by the way. Everyone's got access to this. You can just go ahead and create this. You don't have to spend any money. I'm going to say everyone on Facebook, fine. United States, and I'll put in a bunch of them. Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom. There we go. Just for sakes. I'm going to change this as well because I want people who have actually got money. And in this tab here is where I would search interests. So again, if you were targeting, I don't know, business owners, and you can stick broad because you're just looking for interests. Let's say if Dave Ramsey. I personally don't like Dave Ramsey, but let's say Dave Ramsey. Cool. On Facebook alone, he has between 4.5 and 5 million people. That's pretty big. That's a big audience to go after. The reason I personally wouldn't go after something like this is because it's too big and a lot of businesses are going to be targeting someone like this. So instead, I'm going to have a look inside these page likes and I'm going to have and see if I can find more niche categories. The way that I've explained this, and I've got a video coming out later today on the top 5 mistakes people make with Facebook advertising. And the way that I explain this is most people in the world know who Tiger Woods is. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're a golfer. However, I always want to call him Jason Parnevik, but it's Jesper Parnevik. Hardly anyone, unless you're in golf, knows who Jesper Parnevik is. So if you know who Jesper Parnevik is, chances are you're a golfer. So I don't want to target someone who knows Tiger Woods. I want to know someone who knows who Jesper Parnevik is. So in this case, I've got a few options here, and again, it's a manual process. It's a bit of a ball ache. You just go through and you select these. I use a tool called Audiencer, where I am able to say, let's create a new audience, and let's say that I want to go after business owners, and I'm going to type in just some niche examples, and this kind of ties in with Facebook. It connects with Facebook. So I want to say business owner. Here we go. Business owners. Business owner, and let's say self-employed, let's say, for example, and click save and continue. And what Audiencer does is it finds the audience insights for you. So I'm going to take a look at interests here, and I'm going to say Dave Ramsey. Is it EY? Yeah, there we go. Now, if we give it a second, this is going to come up some results. Here we go. So it says, again, 6 million people, fine. Additional interest, Dave Ramsey. And interestingly, he's got an additional interest of the Dave Ramsey show. So we could perhaps target, here we go, the Dave Ramsey show. Can you see the difference? 123,000 people compared to 6 million. I would rather target the smaller number of people until I can kind of scale this out. I would rather do that. So in this case, for Audiencer, I'm going to say I want suggestions for the Dave Ramsey show, and this will then bring up, in this case, 11 suggestions, everyone from 4 million to 121,000. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't know who Lou Dobbs is, but with Audiencer, I can just search on Facebook, and Lou Dobbs, just some guy, news personality. Maybe I want to target someone like him. Money Smart website 2000, so that's quite a small one. That'd be quite an interesting one to go after. Gene Chatsky, who's this? Get suggestions for. And there we go. Some of the bigger ones, Robert Kiyosaki. Anyway, the idea is you want to have a list, and I have got lists upon lists and lists of interests that I want to target. But for the time being, I'm only going to target one. I'm just going to target Ryan Deiss, and I'll talk about why that is in a second. Next up with placements, I'm going to hit manual placements. I'm going to get rid of Instagram, get rid of Messenger, get rid of audience network. Okay, get rid of that. And I am just going to go into feeds, news feed, and video feeds. That's it. And it's going to say weirdly, the number's gone up there, so that's kind of weird, but that's where I want to get it. It's going to try and convince you to go after everything. Personally, and I've been doing this for a long time. This is something that Miles teaches, but I've been doing this since year dot. Optimization. Now, here's the scary thing. It says optimize it for throughplay. Remember, I want 25% video views. 25% could be 1 minute, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. It doesn't matter. A throughplay is 15 seconds. Personally, I don't care about the metric for throughplay, but there isn't really another optimization. I could say I want you to optimize it for 2-second views, but that's even less time, so I don't see the point in that. I actually am looking for 25% video views, and I'm going to leave the cost control off because I want Facebook to say, we're going to be smart with your money. We've got a ton of machine learning here. Mark Zuckerberg's weird Borg AI system is plugged in, and he's going, I can get views for this much. I'm going to leave it. And if I get views for like $1, turn them off. If I get views for 30 cents, maybe have a look at them. 9 cents, keep them on. So I just want to see what Facebook comes back with. Yeah, that's fine. Bid strategies is fine. So there we go. The next thing I'm going to do is the actual advert itself. Now, like I said, I'm not advertising on Instagram, but I am going to choose my page. We're going to create an advert, and I'm going to add a video from wherever my business videos are. Here we go. Here we go. How to write marketing funnel proposal. Cool. Click next. That's fine. So this is 5 minutes long. So a 25% video view will be about 1.5 minutes, which is fine. That's really good. That means if I'm looking for people who have watched at least 1.5 minutes worth of this video. Click done. I'm not going to add a website URL. This is just for engagement. This is just purely to get people to watch and go, Mike and his dumb face seem to know what he's talking about. I'm going to watch at least 25% of this video, and I'm going to show them an advert later on. I'm going to come over to my, here we go. How to write a proposal for marketing funnel projects in minutes, not hours. This is going to be the text. Might have to format this a little bit. And we'll see what this looks like. Here we go. How to write a proposal for a marketing project in minutes, not hours. Now I have got the links here because they can still click to a link. I actually want the HTTP version, so I've fucked that up. This is what I mean by formatting. Cool. So they can click on that and I'll get charged for that, but that's fine. If someone watches this and goes, maybe I will go for it, great. But actually, I'm just going to leave it like that. That's what it looks like in the feed. That's what it looks like in the video feed. Website URL, no, the Facebook pixel is turned on because I've set up all my conversions. And if you don't know about any of that stuff, maybe I'll cover that in another video. That apart from that is pretty much good to go. So here's what I do. I click publish. Now this could take a couple of hours to come back and say your ad has been submitted. Here's what's going to happen. First of all, if it is submitted, I'm going to go in there, clone out those ad sets, and then target different interests. Leave it running for about 5 days to a week. See what ones are cheap, see what ones are too expensive, see what's working, see what's not. Turn off things that are too expensive and go after things that are cheaper, pour more money into the ones that are cheaper, and then find different interests. It's a case of constantly testing it. If it's not, if it's like, if they say, you can't advertise this, I'll repeal it. I won't necessarily change any of the language. Read the policies, people, for Facebook ads. I had mine shut down because I was dumb and ignorant and didn't pay attention to it. What this now means, if I click close, I have created audiences, that say when someone has watched 25% of videos, here we go, engaged 25% of videos. If someone has watched 25% of any of Mike's videos, we get added into this audience, and then I will show them another advert. So you can see here, campaign delivery is pending. There we go. So this is going to come up here. There we go. If I look at this one here, for example, video plays at 25%, 12 cents per view, 4 cents, 4 cents, 4 cents. These are looking good. This one here, for whatever reason, is just not converting at all. Like no one's watching it. So I would turn that one off. I think that was actually the first one, a bit similar to the one we've just done. And I just cloned this out, kept the exact same advert. So the ad copy, the ad created, the video is all the same. I just change who it's targeting and then go after those ones and turn the ones that are not working off and then create some new ones. So I've got about 5 ad sets for every campaign running at any one time. You can see here that 12 cents is fine. If we look at this, look at some of these are insane. Let's have a look at this cold one. Views at 25%, 3. That's $1.81. $5.40 for a 25% view. Like you can see, I've turned them off as well now. Some of these just aren't worth continuing to go after. In fact, these ones should be turned on. There we go, because those are the new ones. So you can see I've targeted some new people, and we'll see if we get better views. It's looking like videos in the 5-minute range are my sweet spot. Okay, so that just happens. And it means that then I can create a campaign where I just say anyone who is engaged, I'll show them these videos. Here's a tip. I'm actually showing them the same videos again and a conversion ad. So I've got 5 videos running at any one time to a bunch of different audiences. If anyone watches 25% of them, they watch the same 5 videos. I think that Facebook's advertising platform and AI and machine learning is smart enough to say, well, Mike's already watched this video, so let's show him a different video if I'm in the same audience. I think it's smart enough to know that. And I have a conversion advert in there as well to specifically say, hey, go ahead and download these proposals. Obviously, I want to try and get this down way more. $3.17 a lead is high. It's actually not as high as we have paid. And because I know my numbers, I'm actually quite comfortable with $3 a lead. I typically get it for around $1.47. So I want to bring this one down, but this is just an example. But these adverts, the engaged adverts, are being run to anyone who has watched the cold adverts at least 25% of the video. And you can see here, this one here is just running away. 10 cents for a 25% video view. Chances are I'll probably turn these ones off eventually and then go back to doing 5-minute videos. These are like much longer. These are like 15-minute videos. So we're just testing different types of content all the time. Cool. Guys, I hope that was useful. Like I said, I am not at all an expert by any stretch of the imagination. I just create the adverts. I follow what the pros do. I test, and test again. That is how I'm building out the tactics going forward. So I'm just going to be constantly testing new videos, 3 to 5 minutes, it looks like, hyper specific to my audience, going after a specific audience interest and then targeting them again in future as an engaged audience and say, look, anyone who's watched this content, anyone who's been to my website, start showing them these different adverts as well. I'm going to hang around for a couple of minutes. If people have got questions, please go ahead and type them in to the comments. If you're on Facebook, you might need to say to StreamYard, I think is it StreamYard.com/Facebook, and I can then see your name. Otherwise, I won't be able to see your name. Beth, for example, hey Beth, I'm turning off my non-working Facebook ads until I watch your videos later. I'm clearly making mistakes. Tell me about it. My entire business model revolves around me making non-stop mistakes. So if you are still watching, if you're watching the replay and you've still got questions, put them in the chat, put them in the comments, and I'll see if I can get around to them. I'll do my best. I am going to keep this video up. If you go to, in fact, I might even just be able to do it here, my channel, I think it's youtube.com/sell your service. This will be under videos and potentially under live videos or all videos or past live streams. You can see I'm in there now. So yeah, you can actually go in there and see the past live stream videos that we've done. You see I've done quite a lot of them. Cool. All right, guys, doesn't look like I've had any questions come in, so I massively appreciate you hanging out with me for the past 25 minutes. I will see you. Oh, I'm not showing you the screen. Here we go. Top left here, if you come into youtube.com/sell your service, come into videos here, you'll land here, go into videos, top left here, don't just look at uploads, look at past live streams, and this video will be there. If you're already watching this, I don't know why you would need to know that, but fuck it, that's where you can find a lot of past live videos. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys. Have courage, commit, and take action.